Part 2. The next morning I woke up hungry. I wasn't sure of all that was edible on this planet, but I had been taught things to look for and things to avoid. Hook-shaped vegetables and fruits were to be avoided, as apparently those contain biochemical burning agents. Thankfully, I was able to find some fruit recommended during those lessons. Mangoes, I think they were called. The sweetness must have been excessively intense, because the next thing I knew, the sun was overhead, and on this planet that meant the day was halfway over. Also standing overhead was the human with the rock, his gashes covered but clearly still fresh. How? Even if the hash to the leg wasn't fatal, he shouldn't be walking like this. Suddenly, he threw the rock, and while I was able to dodge, the appendage with the tracking device got caught against a tree. The pain was unbearable. Nothing back home could crush like this except natural disasters. I had to abandon the appendage before the pain overwhelmed me, and for the second time I ran. By the time I needed to catch my breath, I had lost him. He was easily slower than me by a long shot, especially with the wound. I had just about caught my breath. What was that? I thought. Another predator? A rock or fruit falling from a tree? It had to be. I turned, and the human came out of the bushes screaming. I ran without thinking this time again and again until the night fell. With great difficulty, I climbed up another tree. Surely the human must be as exhausted as I am. I wake up falling out of the tree. The ground was thankfully quite soft, but the soft thud that followed shortly after did not reassure me. The human stood above me, panting, but clearly not half as exhausted as me. I could barely move as he began ruthlessly stomping on me. The last thing I remember hearing was the helicopter. And the last thing I remember thinking was, how?